Hello, Candace.
Hello there.
Hello, Trishy.
Good morning, or is it afternoon?
It's definitely afternoon.
I mean, it can be whatever you want it to be.
True.
No one will know. And, you know, we put it out.
I know.
It feels
You do
evening
know.
already.
It's the afternoon.
Say afternoon. It is the afternoon. We usually put this out on a Friday afternoon. Do you listen to it straight away?
No.
Oh, that's less exciting.
Disappointing, really.
When do you have a time that you listen to the podcast?
No. I used to, but now I just, when it comes up on Facebook or Instagram, you know, the link,
Yep.
I go, yeah, I've got to remember to listen to it.
Yeah. And then are you driving when you listen to it?
No, don't listen to podcasts when I'm driving.
Where do you listen to podcasts?
Probably at home.
What are you wearing?
Full gear.
Oh, that's changed.
Yes.
That has
Yeah.
changed.
It's winter now.
Tell
Yeah.
the story.
Okay. So a few years
Straight
ago,
into the good parts.
sometimes I should just not say things.
No, I like
but
it.
I think it was maybe before, when I was at Brightwater, I lived there, and I used to be up really early before the Saturday class, so I'd listen to the podcast early in that morning, and I'd used to have a really good view of the lake, so I used to put the podcast on, get ready, and just sit there.
This is not the story.
No.
Tell
She's
the
not
premise.
done.
She's not done. Wait
I
for it.
can't remember it. But did I have a shower? I can't remember.
You were naked on the couch,
I was.
Trishy.
The end result was I was naked listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
And I think because I was trying to cool down because it was hard or something. But it was before, I remember I was doing it before I came to class. And I actually told you. And then I realised as I was telling you, it sounds really weird that I was naked listening to you girls talk. So I think that's why I've tried to block it out.
Maybe just make up another story
Now in
about
my head
it.
I've got clothes on listening to you. Or at least bra and knickers.
Only in the head, not in real life. But hey, you know, I am a big fan of however you want to hear us. That's fine.
And the thing is, because I live by myself, I'm always walking around with no clothes on.
Yeah.
It's no big deal.
Fair enough.
Even now I'm living with my brothers and his wives. And they keep saying, have you not got any shorts to put on? Because I just walk around in my knickers and a T-shirt.
They got
My
kids
brother's
there?
like, you've still got no shorts on.
They got kids there or not?
They've got adult kids, but
Oh,
one's
yeah.
just come to stay with them for a few weeks. And Jackie's like, I think it's time to put some trousers on. And then the other day, Bunny said, are you going to shut that bathroom door? Because I was having a shower with the door open. And I said, well, he's not going to look in and look at me, is he?
And if he does, that's his fault.
That's what I mean.
Like
It'll scare him, so
Yeah.
he won't do it again.
yeah. Little scare and on his way.
He's like 33, so.
Yeah, sure. I don't think he's going to look in. I think
Exactly.
we're going to be fine. Let's go all the way back before you started here at the gym. When did you move to Australia?
I was 26, I think.
Pretty young.
Yeah.
Why'd you move to Australia?
I met an Aussie in London.
Did ya?
Yeah, I moved to London.
And then you moved back here together.
Yeah. Well, I left home when I was about 18.
Mm-hmm.
Went to live in Israel for a year. Came back to mum and dad's.
Why'd you go to live in Israel?
I went to live on a kibbutz. It's like a commune thing. A lot of people do it, traveling people. If you want to travel, go to the kibbutz because it's safe, because they look after you. You don't really, you sort of work, get a bit of money. But it was like work hard, play hard, that sort of thing. So it's good.
As in, like, you were on the piss a lot? Yeah.
Only every night,
Nice.
smoking, drinking,
All the things.
all the things, and then get up for work the next day.
What did you do for work?
I worked in the podes, was like an orchard for picking avocados. Or you could work in the cow sheds, milking cows, work in the kitchens, cooking food, because everybody comes to the big main room to eat.
Yep.
So yeah,
really
it's all
cool.
little jobs.
And you liked it?
Loved it.
That's cool.
I've still got friends now that I met there, and we're still all friends.
Did you do that anywhere else? Did you go anywhere else? Came here, stayed here.
Yeah. Oh, I went to London. So I went to Israel, went back to the UK, then went to London and met my husband, who was an Aussie. So I met him in London. Then we saved up and came to Australia and travelled around in a combi van for a year. Loved it. Loved the sunny coast because he was from Melbourne, and decided that we want to live on the sunny coast. Went back to England, got married, saved more money, and came over and stayed. Haven't moved anywhere else
And now...
until Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why are you moving back?
Mainly because, I mean, I've been here 33 years now, so I'd need a change. But my parents are getting on a bit. They're both 87 now, so I just want to spend time with them while they're still fit and healthy. I'm in the luxury position that I can do it now. Take my dog with me, whereas I don't want it to be in a couple of years when they have a fall or they're ill. I've got to pack everything up and go, or leave my dog or leave my job. This is sort of on my terms. I can go now And it's a privilege really to do.
Absolutely.
And I just think they brought me up for like 15, 16 years. It's my turn to do stuff for them.
That's nice. That's a very good.
And not everybody can. So, you know, I'm lucky that I can do that.
Absolutely. You've got a pretty, I would say, easygoing outlook on life, and you're a pretty resilient lady. Why? How are you like this? Have you always been like this?
I think so. Yeah. But I come from a family of 4.
4 children.
Yeah, 4 kids.
Yep.
So I think Mum said she had 4 under 4.
Ew.
Whoa.
And she reckoned that we're all potty trained by the time we're 6 months old. And I'm going, how'd you do that? But she said you couldn't walk, but she'd feed us and put us on the potty and we'd go. And then she said so she didn't have to keep cleaning nappies. You know, like in them days, it was like cloth nappies.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool, isn't
So
it?
we put it
Is
down to
pretty
your toilet
cool.
training early years. That's how you are the way you
Thanks,
are.
Mum.
Yeah. But I mean, we just did everything as kids, knock about, you know, went out in the morning at
Where do you fit in the line of 4?
3rd.
Ah, me too. In the line
Yeah,
of 4.
I know. When I hear a lot of things you say, I think,
Yeah,
I know where you're
interesting.
from.
That's cool.
So yeah, but I always wanted to go off travelling. I was never the one that was going to stay in Winslow, where Mum and Dad live. So yeah, as soon as I could fly, I went. But again, I say my parents gave me the wings to fly and the confidence to go, and they let me go. And even now, thinking when I travelled Australia, my mum and dad didn't know where I was for months on end because we didn't have communication like you did now.
That would have been so different.
So can you imagine letting your kids go halfway around the world and not even know where they are? And say we rang up on a payphone and we'd go, oh, we're in Darwin in 2 months. If you want to write to me, write to Darwin Post Office and we'll go and pick up an airmail letter. And if we missed it, we missed it. And then we went on to the next place.
Wow.
Strange, hey?
So how long would you go without speaking to your folks, you reckon, back then?
Yeah, 3-4 months. Yeah.
That's pretty good. And they didn't even know where you were.
No idea.
18?
I was by then 22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty nuts.
Yeah.
That's very cool. And independent. You're a very independent woman. How did that all come about? Why do you think, do you think it's gotten easier as you've gotten older to be more independent? Or do you
No,
think
I think they always say I was always independent.
Yeah.
Because, again, even when we were kids, Mum said they'd have a gate where my sister wasn't allowed past the gate onto the road to play. And then my brother was the same. But as soon as I could climb, they were out there. So I climbed the gate to go and join them. Like she just said, you were, you know, no rules. Just did what you wanted to do.
Feel that, Trishy?
Yeah, yeah. So then, yeah, I went off travelling. Then I met Steve in London and we decided we want to live in Australia. So we just saved up, went here for 12 months, travelled around, decided we want to live here, went back, got married and came out.
And then when did you two separate?
I think we're together 3 or 4 years here.
Yep.
And then we decided to separate. And he went back to Melbourne after a while and then I just stayed here. But I just never entered my head to go back to England. Like this was my home.
Yeah.
But again, didn't communicate with my parents much. We didn't phone that much. If anything, we used to talk it into a cassette tape and post that.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. Strange, eh?
Yeah.
Different.
And then they'd play it back and then they'd tape over it and send it back again.
Have you guys seen the video on, it's getting around on Instagram of like an older, like a mum and dad? They're like maybe in their, I don't know, 70s, something like that. And they're sending a voice, like a FaceTime message to their child. And they are just pissing themselves laughing because they're looking at their own face and they're just not used to it. They're like, they start off, they're like, hey, darling, how... And they just lose their shit over and over again because they're just not used to it. It would be so weird, like,
So
if you've never done
strange.
that stuff before.
Even my granny sent, Mum went round to get her to talk into it and she's like,
Wait, what? Granny? When?
Yeah.
Way back then?
yeah,
Yeah.
into this cassette.
Yeah.
But she didn't get it. It was cassette. She was
That's
saying,
crazy.
hello, Trish, how are you? Oh, she's not answering back.
Oh,
And it's because it was into a cassette and your mum's like, no.
Wow.
So, yeah,
That's
it's really
pretty cool.
sweet. So,
that's, yeah, technology's come a long way since then, hey?
yeah, yeah. So what happened then? So then, we split up and I just wanted to stay here then.
And you split different values, different goals in life?
Yeah, personal reasons. But yeah, I could see where things were heading and it's not where I wanted it to go. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But again, now I'm thinking, oh, it was pretty good. But you see things with rose-tinted glasses
Always.
years later, all the good stuff. I have to remind myself of all the stuff that didn't work.
Yeah.
So
And that's the hardest part, eh? Our brains are wired to do that, I think.
Yeah.
So, because you are, I've seen over the years, like many different people in the gym, it's a place where I think it's like a microscopic moment of your entire life or what's going on. I don't know if I've ever seen you lose your shit or cry. You're very resilient. Like, I've seen a lot of people lose their shit and cry over a shitty day or a shitty week or bad things that have happened. You've been here for over 10 years and you always come in like pretty consistent in your attitude.
Yeah.
How do you do that? And like, have you had, obviously you've had bad days.
Yeah, I was going to say, shit has happened in my life, but I think because shit has happened, you appreciate the good things or the small things. But yeah, like I lost my brother when he was 33. So my youngest brother died. He had cancer. So that was pretty tough. And again, so I always think if I'm having a bad day, can you imagine what mum and dad's days are like? Can you imagine? And mum goes, yeah, but it's your brother. I'm like, yeah, but it's your child. You're not supposed to bury your child.
Yeah, that's so true.
That sort of puts things in perspective. There's always somebody worse off than you.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then again, when I was with Paul, that's another partner I was with for 10 years, we were doing IVF and tried that for a few years as well, and that didn't work. So again, I just think, well, shit happens, but life goes on.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know you went through that.
Yeah, we went through quite a few.
Yeah.
Cost a fortune.
Does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Big money.
But it's funny because I think, well, at least I tried. And then when we did eventually give up, it was the doctor, the embryologist, said, he sort of described it as my eggs were so old.
How old were you when you were
45, 47,
yep.
48.
Going through it, yep.
And Paul was about 40. And he described it as, so they took the sperm and got the egg. And when he put the sperm onto the egg is a bit like, you know, when you got old eggs from the supermarket and they're really runny. He said it's like that. So he said when you put the sperm in it, your egg wasn't thick enough for it to penetrate and stay in. It'd just go...
Like, thanks.
But it works in my brain to
yeah.
go, well, I'm not spending $7,000 every time if that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, for sure.
So it sort of made me go, oh, well, at least we tried.
How many cycles did you do?
I think we did some at first. It's like 2 things where they just get the sperm and put it in me. Mm-hmm. It was called something else. And then we did about 5 IVF cycles. And they just kept changing the dosage each time. And I think at one stage they got about 30 eggs out of me.
Oh, wow.
So he said they're pretty good, the number, but the quality wasn't very good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So again, I just think, oh, well, you don't know what you're missing because you've not had any, if you know what I mean. I like the thought of being pregnant and I think the thought of bringing up kids, but you don't really know what it's like, so you don't sort of miss it. And like now, like I was a great auntie last week, my nephew's had a little baby, and I just think, oh, that's so cute. Like you don't think, like you're not jealous. It brings back a bit of the memories about it, but you're not jealous for them. You're so happy for anybody who has babies. So yeah,
you've got a very good perspective, I think. Like you're very good at removing yourself from situations and just being okay with whatever happens, right?
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
and just always been like that. You didn't have to train yourself to be like that.
No, I saw something quickly on Facebook the other day about you guys talking about voices in your head or something, and I'm just like, I'm with Becky. I've just got a blank up there. There's nothing else
So
saying
you just
anything
got
to
your
me.
outside voice. You don't really have much going on the inside.
No,
It's really quite interesting.
Yeah,
Different.
the difference.
I've had some people talk to me about it, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you don't have that."
My sister messaged me today. She's like, oh my God. Like they talk about it at work all the time, apparently.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I don't think people will be able to hear you speak. But yes, Becky was just saying the one you put up on the Instagram about the internal monologue from what we talked about the other day. I've had several people write back and say Becky's obviously a psychopath. That's the only word for it. If she's got no internal monologue,
There's nothing to be like, don't do that.
They're just like, clearly she's crazy. But then I had others that are also like, yeah, I have nothing. There's another one.
Yeah. I've just got birds tweeting up on there or
What?
something.
That's crazy.
Or my thoughts, but my own voice thoughts.
Yeah. And do you feel in complete control
It's not,
of those
this
thoughts?
thought isn't going like a psychopath would be saying, pick up the knife and stab the person or something.
What's that thing called? Intrusive thoughts.
Yeah.
I never really understood that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have, like, even today, when you pulled up in the car park, Candace just said, Becky, myself, and Candace were sitting there, and she pictured you, like me walking out in front of your car and you just running over me.
Wow.
And sometimes, and you've had like I want to throw this at you.
Yeah, does that
Like,
not happen?
I don't have the
Oh,
I don't
wow.
have the intrusive. And I've seen like Inspired Unemployed. They've done like a whole bit on it, and they're like holding a baby. They're like, drop the baby.
Yeah.
See what happens. Like apparently these are like things that happen in people's heads. You get intrusive thoughts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
Mine aren't like visual. I don't visualize though. It's just words. Like it's just like
You mean it's just words?
like
you picture like reading
no,
a
I
book?
don't picture it. It just like happens in words.
This is a whole nother thing.
Yeah,
that
anyway.
I think I only get pictures in my head. I don't picture
Yeah.
words in my head.
See, like when this morning when that happened, when I was like Trishy,
Ran me over.
when I said in my head, yeah, it's like
You wrote it down.
yeah, I don't know. It's like I think in words.
So it like in your head is like picture of word, like a book, but not. It's like a typewriter. It's like the little computer.
I don't even know, but it's not like I don't like visualize it.
I'm all vision. So when I
Yeah.
like my only intrusive thoughts I can think of is when I'm about to fly in an airplane.
yeah,
It's a fucking picture of me exploding in the ground.
Yeah,
like
right.
it's like the like it's like a movie.
yeah.
Not word. There's no words.
Interesting.
It is so. It's weird as
Yeah,
shit. And
yeah.
Trishy's just like
got
on the
nothing.
plane.
Yeah. The only thing about flying
Chill.
is I always don't take any medication to make me drowsy, just in
don't?
case.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
just in case the captain calls, somebody is got to be alert to fly the plane. So I'm ready to put my hand up.
I don't want you to fly it.
You want to be the You want to be the pilot.
So I don't take
the
any
lady
drugs.
with nothing in her head. She wants to fly the fucking plane.
She's like, she gets on the plane. She's like, Cap, I'm fucking ready. Put me in.
Or if they say we're going down, I want to be alert to be ready to swim in case we have
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. See, we ain't swimming. We drown. We die on impact. We don't even drown.
Don't want to survive that. Have you seen that movie where they all live in the mountains?
I
no,
want to
sir.
see. I want to survive. I don't want to
Absolutely not.
die. I
I
don't
would
want to do that.
Take me out. I don't want to do that.
You, for a strong lady, you give up in these situations
Yeah.
way too easy. She's like, when we talk about the zombie apocalypse, she's like, fucking kill me. I don't
Like,
care.
don't
Take
put me down for that.
Like, I want to kill the zombies. I want to fight them.
my anxiety. Oh, I couldn't.
I would love to.
Nah.
Trish'd be out the front with me, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would be there trying to stay alive.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Candace is like, just eat me.
Yeah. Use me to nourish the gym or your family
Yeah,
or
I
whatever.
just think as long as I'm not the slowest, it's like when I'm swimming in the ocean, as long as I'm not the slowest, the shark can't get me.
Well, this is why we train, right?
Yeah.
You're staying
Yeah.
healthy and
Yeah.
staying strong.
Yeah.
Staying fit.
But it's funny you saying, when I come into the gym, I'm sort of on the same even. Like I've never had a workout that's made me cry.
Yeah.
When you hear some people say,
I can see
cry.
emotion and I can
get
see...
it if they've got a problem at home or
Yeah.
something and they've brought it to the gym, it's made them cry or whatever. But none has made me cry.
Yeah.
The only time I cried is when I broke my finger on with the dumbbell, when I dropped the dumbbell on my
I
finger.
wasn't here for that.
That brought tears to my eyes. And then the other one is when I threw up the wall ball and it bounced off the plate. And I just wasn't
I'm only
concentrating.
laughing because
I
Candace
know.
started laughing.
I just wasn't concentrating and it just went straight through my hands. I didn't put my hands together and it just went...
And you
it
cried?
snapped. I thought I broke my neck.
Oh.
I had visions of me
Okay,
collapsing.
that's not that funny.
I know. I had visions of me collapsing on the floor, broken neck.
So you do have things in your head. Visions.
Yeah.
Visions
Yeah.
of things going on.
So that was just two scary things that happened in the gym.
I mean-
that brought water to my eyes.
Yeah, not
Not a tear, just
even
water.
tears. It was just sweat. She was just sweating a little bit more. So before we move into lots of gym chat, I have one more question. I guess we've kind of already asked it. But when you're faced with a problem, how do you deal with it?
Oh, I just face it head on, I suppose. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, take it
Yeah.
however you want. Like,
yeah. I don't usually back away if something happens, whether it's someone saying something to me, I always react to them. Or, I just try. I like challenges, so I never think of backing down to do anything.
I like it. That's perfect. All right, gym chat. over 10 years you've been here now. And in that time, you've been nothing but consistent throughout the entire time, which is so cool. What makes you so committed and so consistent?
I think it's a variation of each day. It's got to be. I mean, I've joined gyms before, like, you know, when you have to join for 12 months, and I went for the first month and then just paid for 11 months and never went. So yeah, it's every day is different. And I think, again, for my brain, I need something different every day. If it becomes repetitive, then I get bored. I think they used to say at school, I've got a short attention span, and that's why CrossFit works for me. I just love all the different varied movements, whether it's weightlifting, running, jumping, gymnastics. It's just all so different.
Why, we can backtrack a little bit. Why did you join here in the first place? Like, how did you find it?
Well, I did. It's funny this. I was thinking today. I did outrigging canoeing for 10 years, so that was pretty, you know, full on sport out on the ocean. Then I did surf lifesaving for 10 years, and now I've done CrossFit for 10 years. Some of them, you know, melted in between each other, but yeah. So I just probably saw some people doing it and wanted to do it. A girl that I knew in another group, she was doing it, but because I had a shoulder reconstruction, I kept thinking I could never lift anything above my shoulder. That's what I just thought. Then I kept seeing her do stuff, and it was lighter weights, and I thought, you know what, I might be able to do this. And again, I kept thinking, if I get the little muscles stronger, maybe I can lift heavier stuff. So that's what made me come along.
How old were you when you started?
50, 51.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Do you remember her first day?
I can't picture the first day.
No.
I don't remember the first day, but I definitely remember the first years, like the first
Yeah.
couple of years you were here.
Yeah.
I definitely remember.
I did. My first day was a hero wad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Bradshaw. So that was pretty cool. Can't remember what we did. I remember we did pull-up. I did ring rows instead of pull-ups, maybe.
Yep.
I think there was deadlifts in it, which may have been just a bar.
Yep.
But I can't. There's like 2 or 3 other movements.
Handstand push-ups.
Oh yeah, I don't know what we would have done.
And
for
double
handstand.
unders.
Oh yeah, probably did singles.
Have you seen the progression of me as a coach and the staff get better over time?
Oh,
Have
definitely,
you noticed that?
definitely.
That's
yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Imagine if she was like,
No.
it's the same.
Oh,
What are you
I'm
talking
curious
about?
though, because
Yeah.
like from a member's perspective, they're only here like an hour
True.
Yeah.
every day, like every couple of days.
Yeah.
And like, I guess they just do what we say. So I wonder if they notice when we upskill and we level up, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And also, I think it's good that you've got so many different coaches, because
Got
you.
sick of me, didn't you?
Well, no, yeah, but your head gets used to the same voice and the same cues. Mine does anyway.
Oi, not that long. I don't get to coach you much. I don't get to coach her much. And the last Saturday class, this bitch, she was in my class. She's never in my class. And then she was like, what did you say? I zoned out. I was like, Trashy.
Yeah. No,
Like,
what
thank
happened?
you so much.
No. What happened was I went out for some reason. I think I got water out my car.
Oh, okay.
And I missed the cue what we were supposed to do.
Oh, okay.
And I think we were supposed to do a muscle snatch or something. And it was that pause at the beginning and the bottom of the deadlift.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
pause
Oh,
just
yeah,
off
yeah,
the ground. And I just went straight up.
Yeah.
And you looked at me and I looked at you. But I was
And then she was
my
like-
look was saying, oops, sorry, but you read it as
This bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very funny. Oh, that's cool that you've seen that. And that, you get used to the same voice. So getting different voices
definitely
helps.
Yeah. It sort of snaps you out of that routine
Yeah.
of just lifting or doing whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same boring person every day.
No, but it's
I'm
not
joking,
even
I'm
that.
joking.
It's just that, and they have different cues. You
Yeah.
all say different things, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What's your biggest achievement since starting?
Apart from consistency.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's
I
really
do.
cool.
Whenever I have goal reviews, that's the thing that when I ask what people are most proud of, it's always their consistency. Always.
Yeah. It's maybe not like PBs and stuff in the gym. It's more that I know I can just bounce out of bed still and don't, crawl out of bed at 61.
cool.
Because some people do.
Do you wake up and think about good things straight away?
Yeah.
Do you do that on purpose?
No, like,
Just
when
happens?
people say, think of nice things before you go to bed or wake up and be grateful. I sometimes think, I'm grateful for the sunshine or I'm grateful for the ocean. But I don't think I've got to be grateful today or anything.
Because you just are.
I just am. And again, it's really simple things. I'm just glad I'm breathing when I wake up in the morning. I mean, not when you get to my age, but it's the simple things when you get older that you realise the good things. You don't have to have massive goals, just this little ones bobbing along.
And like you said, you've had a close family member pass away, and you know, went through IVF and all that sort of stuff. Like if you've had those big battles, I think you appreciate the little things a whole lot more. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Setbacks, times that you've struggled in the gym.
Probably same as everybody else, maybe an injury. But again, I love it because it's not really a setback, because I know you've got another leg, you've got 2 arms, you've always got something to do. So again, it doesn't feel like a setback. I just come in because I know you'll give me something else to do.
Yeah.
Have you had any major injuries while you've been here?
I can't remember any.
No, nothing.
No, I mean, like I say, my shoulder's always a bit dodgy, but it's not major. We work on it. If there's something wrong with it, we work on it or around it.
That's pretty cool for 10, like to be as consistent as you've been over 10 years and to not have had any major issues the whole time.
Yeah.
Have your Achilles, haven't you? Like times when you can't run.
Yeah, but that was maybe because I went and did park run or something. Like, it's not like I did loads of running here at the gym, and I did it at the gym.
And still not like anything major. It wasn't like a major tear or anything, you know, that put you off for months or anything like that.
I'm just laughing because everything I've probably done, apart from the wall balls, the one with the dumbbell is when I was putting it away.
Yeah.
I was helping somebody put their 15k dumbbell away, which I don't usually pick up, and smashed my finger. And then, do you remember when I tripped over the hole that was in the concrete and went flying?
I wasn't
do have
here,
a
but I do
It
remember.
was when it was dark. I thought, God, so all my little injuries were like not actually
Self-inflicted.
working out. Yeah.
Like lack of attention or whatever at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I think it's also down to the fact that you never ego lift. You don't overdo it. You listen to your body. I think you're very good at all those things.
Yeah.
You also like you won't let yourself lift like a turd. Like you won't let yourself get sloppy.
Yeah,
You'll put the barbell down if you need to. Like you're pretty good.
I try so hard to be my technique to be better than my weight.
Yeah.
So often, and I think maybe that's just because I don't want to do some damage which will last a lifetime or whatever. So yeah, I definitely know that I do that. Sometimes I think, that was a bit light, but then I think, well, practice on your technique then.
Yeah,
make your technique better.
And that's I think that's the other cool thing. You've been coming for that long, but you can still see, aside from that Saturday class, joking, you can still see you're paying attention.
Yeah.
You're still interested. And I think it was less than 12 months ago, you were like, oh, I learned something new again today. Like you're always learning something
nearly
new.
every week I probably learn something new.
That's cool.
Even just a cue, your ankles, your feet, your knees, something. But yeah, I mean, I think I got a PB just a couple of weeks ago.
Like a lifetime PB?
Yeah. I think it was my clean or something.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I think it was my clean. Yeah.
Nice.
And even my deadlifts is like, I think I've been constantly about 100 for my 1RM, which I think is pretty cool.
It is
An
cool.
old chick.
I had a memory come up on my Facebook the other day when I used to post everything on my personal Facebook, and it was your first ever 100 kilo deadlift on my Facebook the other day.
Yeah.
I think you were wearing a pink and black shirt from memory.
Oh, I can't remember.
So not really any large setbacks. And the other thing I would say is like that, like, I don't know what you want to call it, just your outlook when you do have an issue, you aren't super overwhelmed or super stressed about it. You're like, hey, my shoulder's a bit sore today. What do you want me to do instead? You're very, like, you know, it's...
I'm aware.
Yeah. You know it is what it is, and you'll work around it.
Yeah.
Like, you're not super emotional. You're not like, oh, I can't do the workout.
Yeah. Even this morning it was push-ups, and I just started doing on my toes, my knees, then on a box mat. It's not going to work today.
Yeah.
So I ended up doing, what did I do? Oh, V-ups or something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Got a good
Because I just
workout in.
know that, and again, I just thought, God, it's hurting again. I don't want it to be sore for Sunday because I've got a lot of bags to carry. So I'm like, I don't want to wreck it.
Yeah. And you know that it's like workout's workout at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's cool. Over time, have your goals changed? So you've been here for over 10 years in 2 different decades of your life. Have your goals changed?
Definitely. I think because of the first probably 5 years, it was, I want to get pull-ups. I want to get this. I want to get that. And for the last 5, it's like, I just want to be fit.
Yeah.
because
And what does
again,
that mean to you? What does fit mean to you?
Well, it fit in the gym for me to be fit in life is what I mean. Like I don't have to have all those PBs in the gym.
Yep.
I just want to be able to fit so I can squat, I can get down on a toilet when I'm older, I can get out of bed when I'm older, all on my own. So that's my goal. It's for everyday life.
Yeah.
I know a lot of your, we've talked about before, your goals have been because of your parents being so fit and healthy. Did they raise you in a certain way to strive for that, or?
I don't know if they raised me like that as much as they never dissed me, if you know what I mean. So I never saw my mum talk about weight. I never heard her talk about food. It was in the day where you eat that or you don't eat it, as in that was probably all, but we never all got different meals. She never went, I mean, the first time she went to Weight Watchers, she was about 65. So that's the first time I really noticed that, not weight was her problem, but she thought about her body. So, and we've all done sport, really. So it's just carried on from childhood.
Yeah, that's really cool. And they're still pretty independent now, aren't they?
Like I say, I'm going back, not to help them, but I'm going back to hang out with them while they're still fit and healthy. Dad plays golf still. Mum goes to keep fit. They walk the dog every day for an hour.
That's amazing.
And they're 87.
Yeah.
So incredible. Wouldn't read about that much.
So, and again, people saying, how long are you going to be away? I said, it could be 5, 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
If I'm away 15 years, I'll be 103 or 102.
Oh my God, they're not going anywhere.
I know, and I'm like, well, if they're 102, I'll live till 122. Next generation. But I want to be fit and healthy to do that.
Yeah. There was a really cool video I saw the other day. I think it was either from CrossFit or Ben Bergeron. It was like your final years if you go to the gym, and it was your final years if you go to the gym and if you don't. And it was like guy in a wheelchair, guy riding his bike.
Yeah.
It was a really cool comparison. And you've always been so aware of that stuff, and I think more people should be.
Yeah. And even mum and dad, when say they've got sore knee, they go, no, Trish said keep moving. So we make sure we walk the dog. Like they just keep in their head, they say it because of what I've said.
Yeah.
So I'd love to get them to doing like push-ups and squats and things, but they haven't. But I just think, well, at least they're still mobile and moving around. And if walking's still good for you, walking the dog.
Absolutely. So I did some maths, which I think is really cool. So we only have the data for your visits from when we changed to push press.
Oh, yeah.
But because you've been so consistent for so long, aside from when you went, and you've travelled
long
overseas
service leave,
and all
Long
that.
service
Long
leave.
service leave, and she went away from the gym. We just use what
Approximate.
so what you've done from 21 to now, and then we've just averaged it over time. So we have estimated that you've had 1,640.4 visits across 10 years.
Wow.
That works out to be 13.6 visits per month and 3.4 visits per week over 10 years.
Yeah, I'd say it's 3 to 4. I would always think if I had 3 to 4.
Yeah.
I've done 5 and 6 sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's too hard for me to maintain.
And you would have had periods where you did the 5 to 6, and then periods where you went away for a few months, and then when you come back. And so it's all averaged out to be 3.4 visits per week over 10 years, which is very cool. You should be very proud of that effort.
Yeah, thanks.
What are you going to do when you go back?
I'd love to do CrossFit still, but being as I won't be working much, I probably won't be able to afford it for now. So I'm going to I've already signed up with the local running club.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
so good.
They've got a 0 to 5k starting on about the 5th or 6th of June.
That's perfect.
So they do running Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, different groups, like trail running. But I just thought I'd join the 0 to 5, to get. And they said we give you training tips, running tips as well. So I thought there's no harm in just starting that.
Yeah.
And then they do socials as well.
Perfect.
So it's good to meet mixed people, make new friends.
Yeah. Maybe you'll go to one of those running clubs that's like you meet up and bang them. You know what? Didn't you know running clubs are like...
No.
You better check this running club out, Trishy. It might be like what do they call them? Hookups. Like
Yeah.
Oh.
Running clubs are like new ways for like
People to like,
get
meet.
together.
It's
It's
like
like
online dating.
Yeah.
You join a
Yeah,
rental.
yeah, apparently,
Yeah.
yeah. So you never know.
Yeah.
That's if it depends where they're
She's
going.
like,
afterwards.
sign me up to all of
yeah.
them. I'll join
Depends.
them all.
I'll look at the pictures of the guys a bit more intently. Oh, which one?
Yeah, it depends where they're going afterwards. Is it to a bar or is it out for coffee? You know, you just have to keep an eye on
Yeah.
the after.
Yeah.
You know.
And then also, I'm probably going to sign up to do street parking.
Oh yeah, nice.
which
You've done that
Candy's
before.
put me onto that before, yeah. And it's like $25 a month, maybe.
Yeah.
And then you
Probably
can
US. Keep
Yeah,
that in
US,
mind.
sorry, yeah. And it's 3 different workouts, depending whether you got any equipment, no equipment, or go to the gym.
Do you have equipment at your mum and dad's house?
Yeah, so I've got some. I've got my barbell sent over. It's been shipped over.
So good.
No weights on it, but I thought, well, at
Yeah,
least I
something.
can squat with it and
Yeah.
do more good mornings or whatever.
Yeah.
And I've got barbells and dumbbells there as well.
Yeah.
That's so
Amazing.
good.
Yeah.
You'd be good to
So
go.
my-
Get your oldies in there.
Yeah. Well, the only thing is I'm going to treat myself to a box when I get over there.
Yeah.
Because I thought, well, I can't ship a box over from here, so I'm going to buy one.
Yeah,
A
nice.
big padded one.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah. Don't.
You've had a few run-ins with the boxes,
I'm
haven't
looking
you?
at my scars going, I was telling my nephews today about them. I said, these scars are probably over 12 months old
Yeah.
and they're still here.
Hang on. Wait. What from? We've always had the padded boxes.
Yeah, but
They still mess you up.
I've got gentle shins.
Little sensitive
Delicate.
ones.
Yeah. Twice now.
Imagine if I had wooden boxes here. You'd be a mess.
Yeah, I know.
dead.
I don't think I'd do it.
You'd be dead.
Like, I think I was coaching at least one of those
Yeah, I'm trying to
times,
think
and it
who's-
was...
I think I think Hannah was at one.
Yeah.
You were at one. And I just walked
She
off.
walked off, yeah, that's right. And I was like, oh, she's
Again, it
not
brought
good.
tears to my eyes.
Yeah.
Just breathing. And then, yeah, with Hannah, I just sulked, I think. I didn't cry, I just sulked.
Got on with it. Just in a real shitty mood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Has like, do you want some ice? I'm like, no.
No, I'm fine.
I don't want anything from you.
It's your fault, obviously.
Trishy.
What about competition and contested games and whatnot? How many things have you done over time here?
I have done a few, but I just don't think I've got the killer instinct. I love the joining in part
Yep.
with everybody. That's the bit I like, that everybody's there in one place and you can chat to people. But I just don't have that determination that I've got to be the best. I just like the fun part of it. Even when you
Did you ever?
No, I don't think I...
When you played sport, did
No.
outrigging, all that sort of stuff?
No, I just liked being in a group.
Just
of
here for a
people.
good time, aren't you?
Yeah. So I don't have to be number one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe it's funny. Maybe it's because I was third kid or something. I don't know.
I was just thinking, I'm pretty
Yeah.
similar. Like, I'm just always here for a good time.
Yeah. So
I think we were never the best because we had older siblings
yeah,
that were better than us.
Yeah, and it was I had hand me downs. Like you were never the number one child. It's like
Pretty forgotten about.
yeah.
Number 3.
So
As long as they're still alive at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Yeah. So no, I never wasn't really a goal of mine.
Yeah.
How many opens have you done?
This year would have been 10, but
So
I
good.
abstained.
Yeah. Okay. That's okay.
Yeah, my ego nearly overtook it, but I just
Because
said
you were
no.
like, oh, 10.
I
Oh,
know.
maybe.
Want
And I-
that badge.
Yeah, and then I thought that's just your ego.
Yeah.
Get over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you will eventually go to a CrossFit again, do you think?
I think so. There's
When
a
you're
few
over there.
near us. There's Train
Yep.
Manchester, which is pretty big.
Yep.
I think Sam Briggs used to go there.
Nice.
Yeah. But also there's some other ones nearby as well that do similar. So it just depends on the cost in the end.
Yeah. I've only got one more question for you, really, I think. Advice for others that, because obviously we want everyone to be 10-year members. We want everyone to hang around for as long as they can. What advice would you give to them to be able to achieve that?
Well, if anyone wants to join, I'd say you don't all have... It's the same old thing. You don't have to be fit to join CrossFit. But I just think just keep going and don't think you have to do something brilliant every week. That is the main thing. You don't have to... It doesn't hurt not to keep PBing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's great. It's great to improve on in movements and things, but you don't have to. If you plateau, you plateau. I think I probably went up, went down, went up, and now maybe on my way down or going straight. But it doesn't bother me.
But not even with everything. Like just said before, you've probably PB'd a lifetime clean PB. And that's what I think people get too hung up on, is they're not getting better at everything all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's impossible. You can't, especially in your 60s. Like, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're still getting any kind of PB is...
Yeah.
And even like staying the same as you get older, that's still a PB in and of itself, I think.
Because really you feel like it's a plateau, but like you say, your age is going up and up and up. So really your fitness should be going down and down and down, but it's not.
Doesn't have to.
Yeah. The only thing I probably haven't nailed is my nutrition. But again, at the end of the day, I'm like, fuck it. I'm 61.
As long as you can say that and own that, like,
I know.
if you enjoy wine and cheese or whatever it is, and you know that that's your downfall, but you're also okay with where you're at, own it, Trishy.
My saying is, if I want abs, then the skin on my face is going to be hanging like shit. And who looks at my tummy more than my face? As in naked. Oh, I was going to tell you that naked story as well. Tell you that story. So more people see my face than my tummy.
Okay.
So let's have a more flesh on my face and more flesh on my belly.
But also health. That's all that we really care about, really. But that's such an interesting one, hey? People really think about that.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And the arms, like they always think about their arms. Mm-hmm. Do you think about that? If you lose weight, then you'll have saggy arms? That's a common one.
It's not my arms, probably because I'm focused on, every time I look at people, I always look at the belly.
You
Because
look at
that's
people's
my
belly?
thing.
Oh, yeah.
So arms, I just think, I don't mind my arms because I think they're okay.
Yeah.
So I don't look at people's arms. I always look at people's tummies.
Watch out the gym, everybody. Trishy's checking your tummy. Checking your tum-tum. Yeah. Hey, Trishy.
And like other people who've got slim waists and maybe big hips, and I know, like my sister, I don't know if she listens to this, but she has that. So she said she looks at people's hips and bums because that's her,
hang up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas I always look at her waist and think, but it's really slim.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Who was it? It was me, Kelsey, and someone, maybe Sezzy, I don't know. Before I got my ears pinned, my ear surgery, we were all talking about our hang-ups, and none of us could guess the hang-up. Like we were like,
really interesting.
Yeah. So everyone had the massive hang-up that like they would think about daily.
Yeah.
But no one else could guess
what it was.
I think I once said to you, Mandy, about my stomach, and I said I look in the mirror every time I get up from my bed to go into the bathroom. I look at my stomach in the mirror, and you said put a piece of paper at that height so you can't see it.
Yeah.
Because it's just a hang up.
Yeah.
There's more to you than looking at your stomach.
Because no one else is looking.
No
one else cares.
No. I wish they were, but
You wish they were.
Maybe after a few run clubs, Tricia.
Yeah.
Maybe at them. Yeah, she's excited for these run clubs now.
It is called running bear. Maybe there's something to that. As in BEAR. Not BARE.
You can make it BARE, I reckon. You can change the name after a week or two.
She just... No, she starts running.
This
Takes
is what
it all
I
up.
did in Australia. This is what the Aussies do.
Yeah. That's excellent. Yeah, what's the naked story?
Oh, I think
I don't know how this actually came about, but we were having a conversation. She was like, no, I'm saving it for the podcast, and just walked off. And I was like, okay.
You were talking about, are you going to come in the podcast naked?
Yes, okay.
Because we were talking about me doing it naked. So I don't know if you remember, it's about 10 years ago more, when Kim Kardashian had a selfie, started taking nude selfies to somebody, and it all came in. It was on media or whatever. So I was going out with Paul at the time, and he lived on the farm in Gympie. And I was down here. So one morning I decided to take a photo. I decided to take a photo of me naked.
Yeah, you did.
On my iPad.
You dog.
On your iPad.
With my iPad.
Tell me you're a middle-aged woman without telling me you're a middle-aged woman.
So I got my iPad because it was big enough to cover my face, because I did a reflection in the mirror because my bedroom had all mirrored wardrobe. So it was big enough. In my head, I'm like, if it ever goes on the web, at least they can't see my face. Little did I know. So I took the photo naked, sent it to Paul. Hi, darling. Good morning. As it was going...
What's up, son?
It gets worse. As it was sending, I realised I was sending it to my auntie. who is 87 years old,
Oh my
never
God.
been married.
Oh Lord.
And I'm Googling how to stop a message going, and it's like, too
can't.
late, baby. So then I FaceTimed her, which takes like 10
Put your
minutes
clothes
for
on
her to
before
answer.
that.
And she said, oh. So we had this conversation. And she's saying, "Oh well, it doesn't matter." And I'm really, really sorry, really sorry. And
Did
she's
you tell
really
her
cool about it.
what you were doing?
She got the photo.
No, but did you tell her like
yes.
why?
You're like, hey aunt.
Yeah, hi, darling. No, I said sorry. It's supposed to be for Paul.
Yeah.
And she said, "Yeah, I totally understand." And anyway, I was going to work, so I had to cut short the conversation. And she messaged me, and she put, "I won't tell anybody. It could have been worse. You could have sent it to your father." So I went, "Oh, that's fair enough." And then she rang back. She said, "Oh, I just thought I'd let you know. I didn't realise you were naked. I thought you were wearing a bikini." I'm like, how fucking hairy was her down there? That looks like... I'm just, oh my God.
Well, she zoomed in on it.
It runs in the family, apparently. No. So yes, so it's between me and Auntie Joan, and now the whole world.
Oh,
But it is a funny
yeah.
story. Very funny story.
Very good
Get
story.
it, Trishy. I love it.
Yeah.
Just,
So just to let you know, I've never sent a nude selfie again,
Yeah.
and I never will. Lesson learned.
Until running bear club.
she won't need to send it.
Yeah, she'll just be naked.
Naked. Everyone else do it for her.
I love it.
That's brilliant. I do have to know though, how did you accidentally send it to your auntie?
Oh, because I'd talked to her the night before, so she was at the top of the list on your iPad or messages. So that's why I just went send
And then
instead of
it's-
scrolling down to his name.
Makes sense. Yep.
Yeah. Middle-aged person's mistake.
Fantastic.
But yeah.
Very, very good. That's great. Do you have any other questions for Trishy? Or shall we leave it on that note?
I think
End it on
that's
that.
a good way to finish. That's like the most Trishy way to finish a
That,
conversation.
yeah,
I
that's
think.
perfect. I'm surprised more of them didn't come up during
Yeah,
it.
also
Really.
same.
What do we normally do at the end?
Oh, bright spot for the
Bright
week.
spot question. We didn't do a question.
Oh, we didn't. That's okay.
That's right. You don't have one.
No.
You stumped.
She's stumped now. She's never going to be able to think of one.
Trishy naked.
Bright spot, Trishy. What's your bright spot of the week?
Probably that I'm going away on Sunday.
That's a pretty good
I mean, people think I'll be sad. I am sad. Again, I probably won't cry. But I'm so excited to be with mum and dad.
Yeah.
I mean, how exciting it is to go and spend time with your family. So, a whole new adventure.
And also, not work for a bit. That's pretty cool.
Well, I've already applied for a job.
Oh,
Sent a resume through yesterday, but it's just part-time.
Yeah, nice.
The local golf club, but again, it's, meeting people, working in a bar.
You are going to find some excellent men at that golf club.
And
Do you want to find a man? Is this
I'd love to
something-
have a man. I don't
Yeah.
need one.
Yeah.
I think there's a difference.
Because you're pretty independent.
And I think my friends say I give off the wrong vibes because I don't look needy enough. But
I think that's not the wrong vibe at all. I think
But
that's
also,
great.
I don't want a guy who's
Thinks that you need taken care of or whatever.
Yeah. So yeah.
That's good.
So,
yeah, you
yeah.
want to complement each other's lives, not have to live for each
Yeah,
other. Yeah, that's cool.
The only thing I probably don't want is a smoker.
That's-
probably.
I don't blame you.
I haven't got a lot of
That's it. Yeah,
High
that's a good one to
standards.
have.
Yeah, that's the word. High standards. But yeah, smoke would be hard. I used to smoke, but yeah, it's just stinky.
I think ex-smokers are the worst for smelling it. I've heard.
Yeah, it is true. I can smell it like 6 streets away. Somebody's smoking.
Same.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It makes me angry. Bright spot, Lemmy?
At where my horse is, we've got a new arena to ride in, and it's next to the cow paddock, and the cows have had babies. Baby cows, so cute.
Do they go,
Yeah, they're really cute.
do they make noise? That's cute.
Very sweet. So that was pretty fun yesterday.
That's very cute. I love it.
And will they be out in the rain now, or is there somewhere to go inside?
Nah,
for
she'll
them?
be in the rain.
The babies, I mean.
Yeah.
Oh.
They don't need a house. They're cows. It's
Yeah, no, but
fine.
baby cows will be cold.
I'll ask them when I see them.
They have hair too. They're fine. They're okay. My bright spot is you, Trishy.
Oh,
10
thank
years
you.
here, and I'm really looking forward to the workout tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm proud. I'm proud of it being here 10
Yeah,
years.
you
Like I
should
say, it's
very cool.
It means a lot.
Yeah.
So, and
Over 10 years.
Actually, it is. It is over 10 years. Well,
10 and a half.
yeah.
No, January,
January 15.
yeah,
Who's your first?
January 28th.
28 near the end of
2015.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was just after Australia Day. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's cool. I often reminisce with Bex because she knew me in those real early days. You was like, you're one of the few that knew me before I had a kid.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
before I was pregnant.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's very nostalgic to look back over the years.
Yeah.
And you've just been chipping away.
Yeah.
It's very
but
cool.
it's good. It is a good place here.
Yeah.
I mean, people wouldn't stay for so long. There's quite a few who've got, long years in
Yeah.
them. So it just, goes to show you how good it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm.
Thanks for hanging out with us for so long.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
Yay.
And I'll be back. Don't worry.
Yeah, you better be.
I've got my house here, so I've got to come back. I
Yeah.
want to retire in the sunshine.
Yeah.
So,
Fair.
Yeah.
cool.
Well, yeah, stay fit over there so you can just
Thank you.
come straight back in
Yeah.
over here
Yeah.
when you're ready. We'll
Will
be
do.
here. Thanks,
Cheers.
Trishy.
No worries.
Bye-bye.
Bye.